stream. Gonna plug in my phone here. Make sure that's nice and charged up. We're gonna be talking about just guidance for the upcoming week ahead. Essentially nothing specific. I'm feeling more guided to doing more general sort of live streams moving forward, where we're just checking in on the upcoming energies for the week. Sometimes we will focus on, you know, an astrological event like a full moon or new moon or something like that. But generally speaking, you know, we're just flowing with the energies. I am actually, I have my chart. I have a situation figured out where I can actually read my chart while we're doing the live stream. So I'm pretty excited about that. So as we're waiting for the room to fill up, I'm just gonna look over the chart for today and the energies. Hello, Annika. Let's see. All right. And I want to let everybody know that I am going to be doing a live event on the wealth transfer and the energies going on surrounding that and the shifts and the changes in the financial system. We are at the precipice of, I believe, the major shift in that energy. And I don't really want to do videos on here about that specifically, but I do feel called to share that information with the people on this channel. So if you want to be a part of that, go ahead and join my mailing list. The links are in the description box below. There's one where you can just sign up for the mailing list. There's also one where you can get a free guided meditation and sign up. I think there's two separate ones. If they're not, go for the free meditation. It's a great meditation, even if you don't care about it. I'm going to be emailing the link through there. I'm feeling as though I'm probably going to do it. I wanted to do it sooner than Tuesday, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to or not. So I'm still feeling into when I'm going to be able to do that for you all. Maybe I'll be able to do it Sunday night. I still have to, it just came through while I was in the shower today. I know, like, we are, like, there's maybe a week left, I'm feeling, to really be able to get in at the ground floor of this thing. So I'm sorry that I waited so long. I have Venus on the cusp of the 12th house, which means there are two things that I'm really private about: love and money. So I don't necessarily talk about those. I don't like to draw a spotlight to those energies. But this is a collective who is part of the new earth and part of this new earth energy. And I do feel that the wealth transfer and the shiftings in the financial system and where that's all headed is incredibly important, and that there's a lot of people here who would benefit and are in alignment and have been working to be in alignment with that frequency of abundance. So this is a really powerful opportunity to do that. And someone says Sui. I believe it's XRP, but I believe there's many. All right, there's a whole infrastructure, a whole financial system that's being created right now. And it's being created through cryptocurrency is going to be the backbone of this new system. And so there's a certain framework, at least that I've been called to. I'm, like I said, I like to stay away from my personal life. I like to stay away from getting too deep into money, energies, and issues. But this is a big thing. It is important to talk about. So I'm not going to be giving financial advice, but I'm going to be sharing what I've learned and what's come through and the weird mystical ways that it's come through to me in that Zoom call. So like I said, join my mailing list. The ability to do so is in the description box below. And I will email you out the link for that. And I will find some way to get a replay out to people as well, whether that's unlisted on here or whether that's through a different means. I'll figure it out. So hopefully as many of you as possible. Like I said, I'm thinking Sunday night for that, but I'm not 100% sure. It could end up having to be Monday or Tuesday. I feel like Tuesday is going to be late though. It's like I said, I'm waiting until the final call for this. You know what I mean? But this is when I'm being called to share. So, all right, let's get into this. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's see. But I did just name drop for those who are paying attention. So there is one specific currency in general that go back and rewatch this. If you don't need any more information and you're just curious, like I said, not financial advice, just my own personal meanderings, I suppose you could say, how Spirit's been speaking to me and sharing to me. Hi, Dee, how are you? I love you. I love you. So let's look at the chart for today. Let me bring this up here. Yeah, I know I'm a terrible astrologer. I haven't even looked at the chart yet. You know, I'm a mom. I got a lot of things going on. So it is what it is. We know the gist here. Ooh, we got Jupiter at that 29 anaretic degree of Gemini today, in conjunction with Mercury. So this feels to me like as we're moving through today, there's this powerful energy of like the belief systems that we've been rewriting, all the energies, the old stories that we've been releasing since that full moon in Gemini. I'm feeling today like a beautiful, like kind of climax of some of those energies. Jupiter still within opposition range of the galactic center when it's coming into this connection with Mercury. And then since we're at 29 degrees, how many days is it going to take here for Jupiter to move on into Cancer here? Oh, we know on the 6-6. Well, I love this, how this, I'm so sorry, you guys. Time is moving in really funny ways. You know what I mean? Like I've been guided to flow more with time. I've been guided to spend a lot less time on social media. I'm tracking certain things and certain energies that are going on right now. So I am on there a bit, but not scrolling and doing that kind of stuff. And I just, you know how I am with dates. Sometimes they fly by me. So tomorrow is the 6-6 portal. We're within the energies of that. So that also means that we have Venus, I do believe, moving into the sign of Taurus. Whereas Venus right now, yeah, she's at 29 degrees of Aries. So this is a big closeout day that we're having here between Jupiter completing his transit through Gemini, as well as Venus completing her transit through Aries. Now getting ready to move into Taurus on that 6-6. So remember the 6-6 energy. This is an energy of balance, of harmony. There's an emphasis on relationship here. There's an emphasis on just all of these, like really anchoring and grounding into the material world. Sometimes when I see 666 as a number, remember 6 is the number of ascension. All right, we live in an inverted universe, right? Or we're in the process. We're flipping it around right now, right? But we called it the inverted matrix for a reason. Everything was backwards. All right, so 666 is represented as the mark of the beast, right? The evil number. But really 6 is a number of expansion. It's a number of ascension. So the 6-6 portal is a beautiful ascension gateway. You can feel the lightness of the energies, these beautiful frequencies. We got crazy solar storms supporting the 6-6 portal this year. We got Venus. And isn't this perfect when we have these, like, I was starting to say, when I see the number 666, what I see is this energy of reminding me not to focus so much on the material world. The 6-6 is a number that also reminds us that the material world is a reflection of the internal world. So don't focus, if we're worried too much on external factors, it's a reminder to focus back inside. All right. And I really needed that reminder actually right now. So it's just perfect that that's coming through. I love how this all works. So we have that energy. 6 is also the reverse of the number 9, right? And we know 9 is a magical number, a number of mastery, completion. So this is an aspect of that journey toward completion. And we know the 999 is going to be the big portal of the year because it is a 9 year. That's why we're going to Sedona in September during the 999 gateway to be in a highly spiritual, highly charged location, connected to one of Earth's major chakras. Sedona is not one of Earth's major chakras, but it is connected to, through ley lines, Earth's sacral chakra. All right, so it's that creational energy, that creational vortex. So that's why we're going there, one of the reasons, in September. All right, so 6 is like an opening toward those energies. All right, it is a reminder to root back into yourself, to connect with yourself, to understand that the material world, like we said, is a reflection of the internal world. So to stop trying to micromanage on the material and turn back into the physical. All right, so it's powerful in that regard. It's about harmonizing with the material world through the spiritual. So I love that Taurus, or Venus, is entering Taurus during the 6-6. Because Taurus is very much an energy of mastery of the material world, but ultimately breaking free from the ego confines, right? The attachments of the material world. That is ultimate when Taurus has fully transcended and fully worked through and mastered its energy. It is the story of the Buddha. So I think that's beautiful that they say that the Buddha was a Taurus, an April Taurus, they do say. But because he did go through that journey, right? That journey of transcendence where we master the material and then we move beyond the material. So it's a really powerful energy. I'm going to look up, actually, I'm feeling called to look up other energies of the 6 because I feel like there's something else we're missing here. Let's see. Love, relationships, the home. All right. So this is perfect too. This harmony. There's Libra energy in here, but there's strong Cancer energy too, right? And this is really interesting that there's strong Cancer energy because we have Jupiter entering the sign of Cancer right around this time as well, right? Let me pull up my chart for tomorrow because I do believe it's going to be within the next few days here, right? Jupiter's at that 29.2. I have that written down somewhere. Jupiter's a little bit slower. Jupiter's going to take, not super slow, but it'll take a week, a few days maybe. Could be at that 29 point. Let me look here because I have all the dates written down here. Of course, it's the page that fell off that now I have to try to find here that has the information I want on it. Here we go. Oh, yeah, no, I will. It is the 7th and the 8th. I don't know what it is, you guys. I'm blaming this on just the energies, the ascension energies and everything that's going on right now. I don't know if I'm right or wrong about that. It could just be me being an idiot, but I don't really think so. Obviously, I prefer not to think that. But somehow I forgot we've been talking about this Mercury and Jupiter entering Cancer together, the 8th and the 9th. So right after. So, hello. Hi, nice to meet you. Hi, Tara. I love you so much. Yes, definitely watch the replay, Tara. And definitely sign up for the mailing list if you're not part of it. We're going to be doing a Zoom call on the wealth transfer in the next few days. So I would love for you to be there for that, Tara. But yeah, so like we were saying, the 6 energy is also connected to Cancer and these Cancerian themes of love, relationships, harmony, home. So really the emphasis on that as we're moving through June. We talked about, I can't remember what video I talked about it in, but I was talking a little bit about the 6/6 energies. And I was also talking about these energies of with Venus and Taurus as well, really grounding into that material world in the way that we experience and appreciate this human experience, spoiling ourselves a little bit, indulging in a little bit of that luxury, that like extra indulgent self-care, and how I felt that as like a really healthy way to work with these energies, as well as, you know, and acknowledging that with those Cancerian themes, we are going to be very home oriented. We're going to be oriented toward those that we love, and experiencing that connection and really looking at and noticing where there is disharmony, not only between us and the ones that we love, but between us and our own hearts, and between, like we said, our physical manifested reality and our internal world. Like, how can we bring that into harmony as well? Bring the internal more into harmony if we're experiencing disharmony in the outer. So it's a big week. Just with those, honestly, I feel like those energies alone give us a pretty good picture of what we're going to be working with this week. So we're going to pull some cards and see what other energies Spirit wants to bring through regarding all of this. Oh, interesting. We've got Jupiter squaring Saturn on the 15th. So that'll be in next week's. But that's that third of those opening squares between Jupiter and Saturn. Now in Cancer and Aries. So in their new signs. Trying on their new suits. We'll talk about that next week, though. We're going to use the Tarot of Dreams here. Clear. And we're going to read into the energies of this week. Tell me about the 6/6 portal. Mercury and Jupiter entering Cancer, Venus entering Taurus. What do we need to know about all of these beautiful energies? What do we need to know? All right, we got the Page of Swords coming out here. Palace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So this emotional landscape, the internal landscape like we were talking about, right? Then we have the Eight of Cups, Saturn and Pisces. So I'm feeling a throwback of energy here too. Remember, Saturn's going to go retrograde in the second part of this year, which we're coming up to the second part of this year, you guys. Like, how crazy is that? That we're already that close to the end of this year or the second part of this year. That's wild. I'm going to actually give you the date of when Saturn goes retrograde here. July 13th, Saturn stations retrograde. And Saturn is going to re-enter Pisces on September 1st. So for all those who do come to Sedona, and we have two options. We have a meetup option and an option where you have accommodations with me. And both of those are in the link that Annika pasted there. You can also email me if you have questions. So interesting that that's when that week of the 9/9 portal is when Saturn re-enters Pisces. So there's something with that. This energy could be connecting us to the 9/9 as well with that Saturn and Pisces card coming out. But I always love this particular Eight of Cups because you see what he's walking away from. But it's also, in a sense, like you see what he's walking toward. Oh, thank you, Alessandro. You see, but what he's walking toward is the unknown. Like, see how much more defined these cups are? This is what's known. This is what is unknown. So there's a really powerful message with this particular Eight of Cups, which walking toward the unknown. He's technically actually walking toward the moon in this card, which I think is interesting. And that is September 9-month is also eclipse season. So I find that interesting with the moon here. But this is interesting. I'm feeling the energy of learning something, receiving some type of information that causes you to walk away from something. That's what this feels like, walking away from something. Something established. Walking away from something established towards something unknown. I just keep being drawn to all the cups down here in this card, though. Oh, it's just a tapestry, if that's what you're talking about right there, Alessandro. It's not really a flag. So it's interesting. It's like, I feel like he's not walking away from these cups. I feel like he's going out into the unknown in order to collect more. So this could be a message for somebody if you feel like somebody walked away from you, or you feel like a situation, like something was abandoned, something was left undone. It's like it wasn't abandoned. They didn't walk away. They're going to return. And if this is you, it's like it's not. So it's like information that you receive that makes you realize that there's something else that needs to be gained through some experience, through some action, some risk, some journey. But the intention is always to bring back what's been gained. Not to abandon, but to multiply. It's like somebody's learning how to multiply here. If that makes any sense. It might not make sense. And that's okay. Hello, Michael. On like a more esoteric level for somebody, I feel like this could be also an energy of traveling into the shadow, traveling into these less known, or like the underworld or the astral realm or something like that, in order to retrieve memories, in order to retrieve soul fragments, in order to retrieve something that was lost. It's like something that was lost that's now being found. But there's a process of retrieval in order to find it, in order to remember it. This is also for somebody, another message coming through, and this is related to Saturn and Pisces somehow as well. And hello, Peter. Saturn and Pisces, where that's connected to soul lessons, to past lives, to reincarnation energy as well. And it's sort of like retrieving the final piece, the piece in this case being the lesson, in order to complete the journey, to complete the cycle of learning. What else here? So I feel for many of us too, on a collective level, when Saturn dips back into Pisces, this is going to be that opportunity to tie up that final loose end. That's going to be a big retrograde, that Saturn retrograde. Next month's going to be big, you guys. Like, this is like the warm-up for next month. July is going to be insane. Got the Palace of Swords in reverse here. Two of Wands. And the Knight of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Interesting, like the message coming through is like, don't act on your thoughts right away, because not everything is clear at this time. And when something isn't clear and we try to think our way to clarity, what happens? We usually end up more confused than we were when we started. So there's something with that energy too, like acknowledging that, understanding that. For many people, it's like a choice or a decision that needs to be made. But you can't think your way into the answer. You have to feel your way into the answer. And you have to have the patience to wait. I almost feel like it's like wait until the door is opened. Like you're standing in front of these two doors. And neither one of them is open yet. And Spirit's saying like wait until the door opens. Don't try to figure out which doorway to walk through. You'll know because the correct door will open at the right time. This also speaks on another level to this journey. If none of you, or if any, oh, I haven't put it out yet. I'm going to put it out probably Friday, I'm thinking. I did a video on Pluto retrograde. And we talked a little bit about Saturn and Neptune and Aries as well, and how the leaders of the new earth are being trained right now. And we're at this choice point. And this is because, think about it, Pluto retrograde's going until the fall time as well. I'm actually going to look up right now when Pluto retrograde ends, because I can't. October 13th, I believe it was. I'm going to double check that here. Yep, Pluto stations direct on the 13th. So there's a good chunk of this year, really, we are working through this energy, and we're choosing with every decision, with every action, the path of service to others versus service to self. The old timeline, the old earth versus the new earth, right? So for some, this is the choice way before us as well. But for some, it's like, it's a much more concrete choice that needs to be made. Path that needs to be chosen, but Spirit's saying, don't act rashly and don't think your way to the answer. Don't think your way to the solution. Feel your way to it. Ten of Swords. And this came out reversed as well. Sun in Gemini, that makes sense for the Ten of Swords, right? Getting stuck in the head. Let me feel into this too. Your pain has been training you. There's been a really painful initiation here that someone's been going through. But the pain that you've experienced, the situations, the challenges that you've experienced were training you. I feel like somebody else, somebody too. This could be the same person. This could be different people that I'm reading for here. You've been training in how to master your mind. Right? How to work with your mental energy in a way that is productive. But there's something here I keep coming back to. See this? There's like a tattoo on his back. So it's like the pain is your blueprint, is what it feels like. The pain is your blueprint for growth. The pain is your blueprint for what you're here to teach the world. Some of you, this has to do with mastering the mind. Some of this has to do with overcoming suffering. With realizing that pain is not optional on this planet, unfortunately. Not all the time. But suffering is. Suffering is the choice. All right? Suffering is when we indulge in our pain. When we attach to it. When we become addicted to it, right? Pain is an emotion. It's an experience. It only becomes prolonged. And suffering is prolonged pain. There we go. And pain becomes prolonged when we become addicted to it, when we refuse to let it go. When we allow it to define us. So for some of you, it's like, that's what this is about. It's like not allowing your pain to define you and teaching other people that. Teaching other people how to transmute, how to alchemize their pain. As you have done. And if you're still in the process of doing this, Spirit is saying, this is your life's calling. This is your life's work. Don't give up. Don't feel sorry for yourself. You chose this because you knew not only that you would master this, but that you would be able to teach other people how to master this as well. Because there's a whole world full of people there who are choosing suffering out there. Most of them don't even realize they're choosing it. Simply having the awareness that we're choosing our suffering puts us a million miles ahead of so many other people. And the lesson and the understanding of that and how to move out of that is so powerful and so valuable. Your pain is your blueprint, as we said. If anyone who's watching this has been sitting there wondering, what is my purpose? Why am I on this earth? What can I do to help assist humanity? This is it. Follow your pain. Follow the map that your pain is creating that leads you to your treasure. And to what you have to offer the world. Remember, Chiron, wounded healer. All right? Our wounds are the greatest gifts that we have to share with the world, with humanity. One more. Got the Queen of Cups here. Looking particularly devious. Oh, do you know what I found out recently that I thought was really fascinating? Did you know that it's actually illegal to communicate or try to interact with wild dolphins? Isn't that fascinating? Dolphins being some of our last living links to Lemuria and Atlantis, to all of this lost knowledge. The sonar that they produce is literally healing. Did you know that humans used to, in more ancient times, give birth with dolphins, dolphin-assisted births? And the children that come from these, because some people still do this in certain parts of the world where they're able to, and they've done studies on this, and the intelligence levels and the natural gifts that these children possess is like through the roof, because of the dolphins literally swim around the woman while she's giving birth in the water, and they release the sonar and the vibrations and whatever codes are within that sonar make the birth essentially painless. And they activate the DNA within the child. Like, it's really powerful. Dolphins are powerful. But yeah, it is, Annika. Yeah, it's illegal. You can get an $11,000 fine in some parts of the world for interacting with dolphins in the wild. They say it endangers the dolphins. But I don't think that's the real. I'm pretty sure. And the reason they give us for things is never the real reason, right? Right? Exactly, Michael. Right? So just another one of the insane things within our society that shows you like the paradigm that we're breaking out of. You know what I mean? Whales and dolphins are said to be some of the most magical beings on this planet. Some of the most intelligent too. Dolphins are as intelligent as humans. My friend calls them like water humans or something like that. He says they refused to come onto land. They were just humans who decided they wanted to stay and live in the water. And I'm like, you might be right about that. Like, now we're good here. You guys go deal with all of that. We'll be holding it down in the waters until you return. You feel the split daily now, Michael says. Yeah, it's intense. It's fascinating. It's been fascinating to watch this split in consciousness ever since 2020, and it's growing more and more pronounced. And so I don't know. There's a lot of people who have a lot of different theories about. A lot of people say everybody's ascending, that nobody's getting left behind, which kind of feels like George Bush's No Child Left Behind Act. Do you guys remember that educational act that like really screwed up the educational system ultimately by creating this standardized like way of evaluating education and which schools got funding, and like it was just, I don't know. Just something random that I remember from like when I was in school was that No Child Left Behind Act. So I don't know. For some reason, it's like that's what it's making me think of. What was I saying? What? Nothing left behind. Oh, the ascension, right? So I don't know that I necessarily. I think that some people are ascending, and I think other people are going to be choosing another dimensional reality to exist in, a lower dimensional reality to continue the lessons that they've been learning here that they haven't learned yet. I'm really hoping that some people won't get sucked into the artificial to the point where their soul can't be extracted from that energy. I don't know. This isn't like a doom and gloom, like fear mongering kind of statement when I say it. It's just what I observe, what I wonder. All we can really do is worry about ourselves, is be that example, and whoever's going to follow follows, whoever doesn't. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Ultimately, though, like even if people do get sucked so deeply into the artificial timeline that their soul energy gets warped to a certain degree because of that, like ultimately we all are part of source. You know what I mean? Ultimately, we all return to source. The path of the inorganic, the path of darkness of any kind, right? Of service to self, negative polarity. It only stretches so far. You know what I mean? It only stretches so far before it bounces back to source like a rubber band, right? Like a boomerang. Everything returns to source. So we all get to choose what that path looks like for us. Yeah. Michael says, I'm here for all, not a few. Ideally, you know, I'm here for whoever's here for it. You know what I mean? I'm here for whoever wants to grow and evolve. And I hold space and love and compassion for those who don't. But at the same time, like I'm accepting of what everybody wants to do, of everybody's free will, you know? I hold space for everybody's free will journey. So who knows what it's all going to look like here. But we're definitely seeing that. We're definitely seeing that, like we said, we're seeing that split. We're seeing the different gateways, right? But remember, what is that card that we always get sometimes from we always get sometimes, it's kind of a contradictory statement. From I think it's the Starseed Oracle. It says like all paths lead to home. You know, so whatever path we're all taking, they all lead to home. Ultimately, eventually, right? All right. So this Queen of Cups, what are we feeling from her? I'm feeling those Lemurian energies, those Atlantean Lemurian energies. I really am from this card. And we know that those Lemurian codes have been activating, that we've been remembering, right? More and more. And the dolphins are here to help us remember. That's one of the reasons they're outlawed, right? Hello, Mystic Ray. Got the Palace of Wands here. That energy of remembering, right? This is a year of remembering. But it feels like remembering our fire, remembering our passion, remembering our spirit. There's an energy with remembering our spirit here. And by spirit, I mean like the true fire within our soul. Somebody's stepping back into their power. Hawaii is popping into my mind too. Someone might be planning to visit Hawaii. I know we have a beautiful tribe member who is there lives there within those energies. Somebody is planning. This feels like somebody wanting to take a vacation or something though. I feel like there is like some energy that you're reclaiming there. And some remembrance is going to be activated for you. Particularly around those Atlantean Lemurian themes and energies. Got the King of Pentacles. Masculine earth sign energy here. And Judgment. Judgment and the Two of Cups. Interesting. So there's a message here about love and partnership as well. This feels like a resurrection of an old connection. And by old, I mean like past life. The resurrection of an old connection of two people who are essentially like spiritual royalty. Doesn't necessarily have to mean like king, queen. This is like a priestess, like just very, like, I kind of hate the term spiritual royalty, but that's just what's coming through here. This is actually a collective reading that we're doing, Crow's Nest, but if you want to send through a donation, I can absolutely pull a couple cards. A lot of times when I do the collective readings, I am picking up on the energies of the people that are viewing or who are going to be viewing as well. So, yeah, this is like a two powerful energies coming back together. And I'm feeling like this could be for some the energy of like an outer union of two people, reunion of two people. But I also feel this message for many watching this of like our own divine feminine and divine masculine energies, our own inner union coming together here. There's a piece of the heart, a part of the heart that was shut down. And as that heart opens back up again, it calls in this union. And I believe like the origins of at least the incarnation connection, if this is an outer person, is Atlantis. I'm feeling Atlantis specifically here. This could also be for some where this is an internal thing, where those essences went to war with one another. Ooh, that's powerful. And that's a big collective energy, right? That's what Spirit's saying right now, is this is when that split occurred, where the masculine and the feminine were pitted against each other. It was in Atlantis, during the fall of Atlantis, which makes sense, right? Because that's when we made the deal with the archons. This is where we exchanged energies. We welcomed their integration more deeply into our psyche in order to gain power, knowledge, right? Technology. Even though we already had incredible technology, even though the heart's the greatest technology there is, right? And that's what the ancient Lemurians knew. The knowledge that the Atlanteans began to move away from as they wanted to begin looking into other technologies, other ways, which is the natural way of evolution, right? I'm not saying there's no judgment in any of this. It was all meant to happen the way it happened, you know? So that we could experience what we're experiencing right now, this extremity of polarity, of duality, that eventually, just as like negative polarization always ultimately leads to source, this extreme level of polarity always leads to unification once more, right? It gets so intense that the two opposing forces cannot exist alone anymore. And it's almost like they get absorbed back together. That's fascinating. Ooh, so that's kind of what we're experiencing right now, right? When we talk about the split, right, Michael? We talk about how we feel that energy is so pronounced. It's the intensity of that intensification that ultimately leads to the reunification. This is so interesting. And this is saying that energy, that split began back in Atlantis when the masculine and the feminine energies were pitted against each other. And so for some, this is a literal storyline that was played out between two people in the outer, but it was also playing out within people on the internal landscape. So there's a coming back together here, a reunification. That's beautiful. 2 cards that landed face down. That never really happens. That's interesting. Got the 5 of Cups and the Page of Wands. Okay, this is a new message, but this could be connected to that old energy too. But this is somebody taking delight in somebody else's misery here. Somebody who's enjoying seeing somebody suffer is what it feels like. And we're healing these wounds right now as well, right? Eris conjunct Chiron and Aries. Tell me more about this. Six of Cups, interesting. And the 7 of Pentacles. This is really fascinating, what's coming through right now. It's like there's somebody from your youth, your childhood even, who holds a resentment. And there's been some energy of like evil eye projected at somebody as a result of this like very old resentment for something you might not even remember. it's almost like it feels sort of like a curse, but this is like sometimes when we think negatively about a person for long enough, that energy projects and it has the energy almost like a curse, particularly if the person is vulnerable to absorbing that energy, right? If they're not, it's going to bounce right off them because we are the controllers of our reality, right? Nothing sticks that can't have a resonant vibration. But for somebody here, it's like this energy. And I think this might go back. It's like part of the reason they're so stuck on this energy is that this isn't just an energy from this lifetime. This feels like it goes back multiple lifetimes. I'm feeling that energy of someone being very protective over what they have, very serious about what they've built. I also feel like somebody, if you've been building something for a long time and you've been feeling like you've just been working tirelessly, but something that just hasn't been coming through here, it could be connected to this energy. For somebody, this could actually be a sibling. Maybe they have, and this is like, remember, we incarnate, there's a lot of karmic energy within many of our family lines as well. So it's this energy of like competition, feeling like they were, like you were the favorite maybe, or something like that, competing for something within the family. Love, attention. Could be like assets as well, you know what I mean? Like later on in life, inheritances. There's just something here with this energy of, it's like that revenge kind of an energy that I'm picking up on. So if this is someone who's aiming this energy at you, this is just a message for somebody to clear this. You know, state that you do not accept any negative energy, any negative intentions, right? That you do not allow for any type of infringement upon any aspect of your being in this or any other time, space, dimension, or multidimensional reality. I like to do I do like an Eye of Ra or Horus, sorry, which is like this symbol here, the Egyptian, the eye, and golden around my energy field. I also do a 12-pointed golden mirrored Merkaba, so that the mirrors reflect off the ill intentions of others. And I just do the work on myself to make sure that I am in a space of sovereignty, in a space where I'm not accepting the judgments or energies of others. I'm not allowing them to attach onto my field. The projections, right? Because that's what this is. This is just somebody else's projected energy. But I feel like there's like I feel like one of the tethers to this energy, the reason why this is actually affecting somebody that I'm reading for here, is because of guilt from either your own childhood or from a past life where you did something, where you hurt this person in some way. Whether this is just a person from your childhood that you went to school with, an old friend, or like a sibling or something. So it's like self-forgiveness helps to clear that point within your own energy field that's allowing the entrance of this energy. Yeah. Oh, it's interesting for somebody. I feel like this energy of like they loved somebody who was in love with you. Whether that was in this life or another lifetime. You might actually be married to this person or be with this person now that they love. I won't say loved because I feel like they still do. So it's just shield yourself, clear that energy off, send love. Send love to all. But don't send love like the universal love energy, life force energy, not your own energy. Imagine that you're kind of like rinsing your energy off like a shower, like a vibrational shower. Let me look at my time here. I want to make sure I'm seeing the time accurately because the device I'm doing the live stream on does not have the correct time. Hello, Ploon, by the way. All right, we got the Page of Cups. Lots of pages today. A lot of serious energies coming up for people, huh? Jupiter in Gemini, where Jupiter is completing right now, 29 degrees today. As we said, it's either the 8th or the 9th that Jupiter goes into Gemini. Or Cancer, rather, sorry. This feels like a deep emotional wound. So a lot of childhood energies. I guess that makes sense with Jupiter going into Cancer, which is childhood as well, right? It's the home, it's the family, it's the roots. Where we're having a lot of that, that healing maybe energy coming through. So it's bringing up some of these childhood energies and wounds here. Just a lot of clearing that we're doing energetically is what Spirit's saying. So we have some sort of deep emotional wound here that's coming up to the surface. Yeah, 3 of Swords. Tell me more about this. What do we need to know about this emotional wound? Something with the throat. It's connected to the throat chakra. The ability to speak your truth. The ability to be heard. You know why, Michael. Come on. I know why. I think you must know. So we've got the 2 of Pentacles here. Okay, interesting. And the King of Swords. Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So masculine and feminine. Those are divine counterparts there. But I'm feeling this energy for some of like a wound where you made a choice. And remember at the very beginning of this reading, we talked about that energy of like needing to choose, not making a decision out of logic or not making a decision recklessly, waiting and making it out of intuition. That's what this energy, this is a wound surrounding some choice or decision that was made that altered the course of a lifetime. And ultimately led to some type of betrayal, some type of loss. A choice that was made from the head and not the heart. And I'm also feeling a choice for somebody here where you had to choose between love and responsibility, love and logic. When it's again the heart and the head. Got the Queen of Wands. Wow, there's a lot of messages coming in right now. A lot of different messages here. So this is interesting. There's a lot of like messages surrounding love and connection and the heart. Like I'm feeling now like an energy coming in from somebody who chose, like somebody who drifted in a relationship, chose somebody else and regrets that choice. I'm also feeling the energy of like choosing the person that makes sense instead of the person that you really wanted. I'm seeing just a lot of these energies. So people having people on their minds here is what it feels like. Like the one that got away, the missed opportunity, or the opportunity that got screwed up. So a lot of regrets around love, connection. I'm also feeling some people who chose career over love and are now maybe very successful, but are feeling that loneliness, that emptiness of not having anyone to share that success with. And I guess this all makes sense, right? With a home and family, with all that Jupiter, that Cancer energy, with Jupiter and Mercury also entering Cancer, right? We got the Seven of Swords. We also have the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck, interestingly enough. I feel like for a lot of people, there's a period of going back over the mistakes that were made when it came to not following our hearts. Whether in this life, some of this is like processing from past lives as well, but it's so that we can make new choices in this next chapter of our lives. So that we can make the choices that bring us closer to fulfillment instead of further away from it. It's like, okay, that's a mistake. So I think some people might have people from the past like coming up, and I might be thinking like, oh, I'm supposed to move toward that person. I'm supposed to make something happen here. But it's not about going back to the past. It's about remembering the past so that you can choose a different future. Recognizing the mistakes of the past. That person, that one that got away, was a lesson. They were a lesson to remind you to follow your heart, to speak your truth. I feel like for somebody here, it's like they never spoke how they felt about somebody, and then that person ended up marrying somebody else. They had a chance and they blew it. It's kind of like the energy that I'm feeling, but that was the lesson. I mean, there could be some situations where someone is meant to move towards somebody, or at least come forward to bring closure. This is very Mercury retrograde-ish. Who's going retrograde here? We know Saturn's going retrograde in July, as well as Neptune. Yet Neptune goes retrograde on the day that Venus enters Gemini. So Neptune stations retrograde, almost conjunct Venus, because Neptune's going to be at 2 degrees of Aries when he goes retrograde, and Venus will be at 0 degrees of Aries. So they're essentially conjunct when Neptune turns retrograde. So maybe there's some energy with that Neptune retrograde in Aries, where it's connected to Venus here. It's reviewing these matters of the heart. Could have something to do with it. And then Mercury goes retrograde too in Leo, which is all about passions, desires. Being seen. So, yeah. I feel like we're tapping into the retrograde season already, and it's going to be a big one. And some of those new moon and Cancer energies on the 25th. Yeah. So this is what we're leading up to here. People may already have these scenarios on their minds. It doesn't just have to be in love. Like, I was picking up on a lot of issues around love, regrets around love, but this could be anything. This could be regrets around a career opportunity you didn't take. This could be regrets around a travel opportunity you didn't take. It could be anything. Anything. That's why the beginning of this reading was take it slow. Don't make any snap decisions, right? Don't let your head, if your head is talking in circles right now, wait until you have clarity, and let the heart be the piece that brings the clarity. All these situations in the past where things didn't work out, the reason those are coming up is to remind us what happens when we make a choice purely out of logic without counting for our hearts. We got the 10 of Cups coming up here, right? This is what we want. This is what we're seeking for. This is what we can have. Remember, we had the Ace of Cups. I don't think I pulled it. It was on the bottom of the deck. And now we got the 10. There's a brand new journey of fulfillment that's beginning here if we allow it. If we learn from the mistakes of the past instead of repeating them. Yeah. Let's see. What else do we want to do here? 4 swords in reverse on the bottom of the deck. With the 5 of Wands. There's healing that somebody's resisting. Maybe there's a quiet. You're being asked to move into the quiet, to allow your mind to quiet. And somebody's resisting it. It's like you keep running into the chaos to resist the healing that needs to happen because you're afraid of feeling whatever it is that needs to be felt. For some of you guys, this is going to relate to the energies we just talked about. For others, this is just something different. Something that can't be avoided any longer. As Mercury and Jupiter move into Cancer, it's going to be time to face that, whatever it is. To feel that so it can be fully healed. All right. Interesting. I don't usually pull from this deck, but I'm feeling called to play around with one more deck here before we pull a crystal card. Oh, that's not the one I expected. Money manifestation came out. All right, so maybe we'll play with that one too. What I was looking for was the Kipper fortune telling deck. I want to grab a couple cards from this for month of June. We're going to say month of June this week, but 6/6 all the way through the month of June. Absolutely, Drew. Clear. Tell me what energies are going to be highlighted for people in June, what people need to keep within their awareness, where we're going to experience changes or growth. I like that. Where we're going to experience changes or growth. Money Manifestation Oracle was the one that I pulled first. So for some people, there may be changes and growth around finances. Makes sense with Venus and Taurus. Venus rules Taurus. All right. So Taurus is the sign of money, honey. So it makes sense that there's going to be developments around that. Uranus completing its transit in Taurus, the sign of money, moving into Gemini, then back into Taurus. This is going to be a big year of developments when it comes to the financials as well. That's why, like I said, hello, Ashley. Make sure that you join my mailing list so that you get an email about the Zoom call that I'm going to do on the wealth transfer and the changing monetary system, the shifting monetary system. But we have community coming out. So for some people, there's going to be big changes in community, your social circles, who it is that you're surrounding yourself with. This came through in one of the horoscopes that I was writing on Threads, was this energy of like you are who you hang with. And Pluto retrograde in Aquarius is definitely bringing this into our awareness, into our consciousness, right? Like you want to surround yourself with people who are moving in the direction that you want to move in. People who have the mentality, the energy, the frequency that you are wishing to embody. Because if you surround yourself with people who are in a lower frequency, who are in a frequency of lack, who are in a frequency of competition in a negative sense, right? Because there's good and bad competition, just like everything, right? Double-edged sword, I wanted to say. You will eventually end up aligning with that vibration. All right, just like if you surround yourself with people in a really high vibration, you will eventually align yourself with that vibration. So what are you aligning yourself with? All right, so community is going to be a big point of change for people. Some people may be moving too, I'm feeling, with community, like integrating into a new community. I'm also feeling for somebody, like if you moved recently, like in the past, like 6 to 12 months, maybe 3 to 6 months, and you felt really disconnected from the community that you've been in, there's going to be more integration into that community, more connection, where you feel more connected. or any community that you're a part of, that you're going to feel a deeper, we're going to be feeling either deeper connections to the communities we're a part of, or we're going to feel more separated, depending on whether or not there's any type of vibrational match there. Then we have expectation and message. All right, so somebody's getting some communication this week, definitely within the month of June. For someone, this may be from an estranged child or someone from your childhood that you've been estranged from. Estranged lover, maybe. Also, I'm feeling. Somebody's been waiting on a message here. The number 7 is standing out to me. So 7 could be July, could be the 7th, could be 7 days, 7 minutes, 7 hours. It doesn't feel like 7 months. There's a 28 here too, so 7/28, that would be July 28th. Not necessarily saying that's when it's going to come, but maybe for some. But there's this energy of like, for some of you, I feel like you've been waiting on this message, this communication for a long time. Some of you, this could be communication about like a job that you applied for or something. But for a lot of you, I feel like it's like communication from a person. Like and we got the lovers here. All right, so an ex, a lover, love interest, and the house. Interesting. Let me get a couple messages from this person. From the Hidden Truth Oracle. Because I'm just curious here. What do they want to say? The house is about stability, though, security. What else is the house about? Let me see. These cards have so many meanings. It's a really fascinating deck. I don't use it very often because sometimes it tells me stuff I really don't want to hear. Not even going to lie. Family, neighborhood, buildings, real estate, stability, security. Could indicate a strong, steady relationship with the lovers, but the lovers was in reverse. So I feel like this is someone that you didn't feel that stability and security around, maybe. For others of you, so there could be communication around moving. If you've been trying to buy a house, it could have to do strictly with real estate and all of that, or like a settlement, like if you're in the middle of a divorce, like a settlement for a house or something like that. But for many, I feel like this is you're waiting for communication from somebody who didn't feel very steady, secure, or stable when you were connected. So let's see what they want to say, what they might be saying. I'm afraid to contact you. So this is somebody who's been thinking about communicating for a while, but they've been afraid to speak up. I feel you leaving me behind. Interesting. Okay. So I feel like this is somebody who is estranged. This would be somebody who's estranged from somebody. You haven't had communication for a while. Feels like an ex of some kind. All right. You've been sensing them in your energy. They've been coming into your mind. Maybe you've been receiving signs and synchronicities from their higher self. You know that you're on their mind. You know they have something to say to you. You might have an idea of what it is, but they're not coming through. They haven't actually taken that step. And there's a fear of what you're going to say. And part of this fear is because they can feel that you're moving on. Like maybe you were attached energetically to this person for quite some time. And now you're releasing that. You're letting that attachment go, and they can feel that. Kind of like they felt like you were always still kind of there and kind of an option. And now they're feeling like you're not an option for them anymore. says, I couldn't let you get close to me, and you speak to me through music. So this is somebody who really struggled with intimacy. Maybe you guys were part of a similar community, I'm feeling too. Maybe that's how you met. Whether this is a friend network, I'm getting like 11th house Aquarius energy here. But like there was, when you were connected to this person, they had a real issue, a real block with intimacy, a real block with really letting you in on a level that felt real. And so they like, you probably notice or feel them speaking to you through music, but they're saying they feel it too. So like songs will come on the radio or on their playlist and they'll think of you. I feel like the two of you connect with each other through music, your higher selves, your spirits. And they're saying they're recognizing this. So they're saying like, if you've been doing this, they're picking up on it. Like they're recognizing that you have been, I feel like maybe you felt them reaching out to you and you're not going to be the one to do it. It's like they want you to do it. Like they're kind of sending out feelers like, reach out to me, reach out to me. And you're like, no, you reach out to me. Kind of like a stalemate energy, but you guys are communicating through music and other signs and synchronicities. But at the same time, it's like they feel, even though this dance is going on, it's like they feel you pulling away. They feel your energy pulling away. What else do you want to say? This is your chance. What else do you want to say? I mean, you can call, right? I'm talking to whoever we're talking about right now. You can call, you can write, you can text, you can do something. It doesn't have to be your only opportunity, but this is an opportunity to start getting that message out, I guess. I think really speaking your truth here, that's part of what this is meant to be, all right? So, okay. I'm starting to understand our connection. So they've been doing some research. They've been delving into some ideas, maybe soulmates, twin flames, karmic relationships, different things like that. This could also be simply that they are understanding what you were there to teach them, the connection on a soul level, or like what it was about for them, how it was meant to help them grow. Maybe they're speculating on how it was meant to help you grow. I feel like for some of you guys, like having a conversation about that would be appropriate. It would probably be helpful for both of you. That might be part of the soul contract. There could be a soul contract here that just needs to be closed out, and it needs to be closed out through communication. Yep, Ashley, exactly. We're calling this energy out right now. Speak your peace. It says, I'm grateful for the spiritual lesson. And this could have to do with, we were picking up on an energy earlier of how you were somebody's lesson. You were the one that got away. And you were meant to get away to teach them to honor their heart. Right? But whatever the lesson was, they're grateful for it. They're understanding it more. They're valuing it more. And they're valuing you and your connection more. I feel like they're trying to say right now, like, I always valued you more than you realized. I just couldn't fully express it. And I understand that that was my mistake. And I want to take accountability for it now, but I feel like it's too late. I wish things could be different, yeah. They feel like it's too late. And maybe it is. Maybe it's too late to start something. I want you. But it's not too late to speak your piece. It's not too late to say how you feel. And I feel like whoever this is, they would really appreciate. I think there would be something really powerful for them in knowing. So I would speak your truth. If the person that this is about, the person that's speaking through these cards right now is watching this, speak your truth. Reach out. Yeah, we need to let each other go. Yeah, maybe, probably. But part of that could be through that closure. That closure could be what's needed to let each other go. Yeah, this person's like going through it right now. We're not even going to continue with this. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. They're feeling it. You know what I mean? Could also be somebody who is addicted to work. There's a lot of work cards coming up, hiding in work, distracting through work and busyness. You know what I mean? Here. But this person definitely regrets how things ended, wishes that they had behaved differently, that they had opened up, that they'd let you in. Clear. All right. Okay, so I thought we were going to go into money, but we went into love there a little bit. Now we are going to pull a crystal card here to close. Maybe we'll do money next time. Let me know if you guys are interested in a money reading. I can do one, like a recorded one too. All right. Let's get a crystal card for the week here. Clear. I would say it's Lady Gaga seems to be hot right now, so I wouldn't be surprised. No. No, there's nothing satanic on my wall. No. You want to buy a new UFO? Yes, baby. All right. Pyrite is coming out. So yeah, that wealth and abundance energy. Then we got labradorite on the bottom of the deck. This is connected to free will, but we got 2 with the yellow. So a lot with that solar plexus chakra as well coming in to support us this week and this month. Maybe this entire like retrograde season, honestly, because I was definitely picking up on a lot of retrograde season vibes here. Pyrite we've had before. This is the spark of life. So this is activating that life force energy within us as well. Notice I said will instead of well. All right, hold on. I got to concentrate a little bit here to remember my alphabet. You'd think I'd remember it. My son's singing the alphabet like every day now. He's very, very into the alphabet. All right, here we go. Let's see. What do we want to read about pyrite? Vitality, manifestation, spiritual balance on the pathway of ascension. At the heart, let's see, I got to read all of this to read that. So I'll read this part. It says, pyrite can come directly out of the ground as anything from the perfected masculine cube to the perfect dodecahedron of spirit, or the perfected feminine sphere. Due to this ability, pyrite is known in the mineral kingdom as the master of geometric form. The ability to do this individualizes pyrite in the mineral kingdom and allows this deva to work on all levels that are not accessible to many other minerals. At the heart of this is one of pyrite's greatest gifts. It is able to activate and enter the soul star chakra, located 6 inches above the head. The soul star is the home of the soul consciousness or higher self. It acts as a translation mechanism between you and spirit and is the true spark of life. When it leaves, we die. Pyrite's good friend, that was kind of a dark way to end that sentence. Pyrite's good friend is hematite, the master of the color rays in matter. Hematite activates the earth star below the feet. The two working together can polarize the entire chakra system, making them a powerful manifestation tool and crucial to finding spiritual balance on the pathway of ascension. Okay, so that they wanted me to complete that sentence. And hello by Insight, by the way. Pyrite is quite a masculine stone in its action, which is quite mental and outward in its approach. It can unite the minds and deliver discipline. Pyrite will increase and empower memory, focus, and the total life force of a person, anchoring the sun's energy and making one shine with happiness and drive for health on all levels. So health, vitality, wealth, manifestation, creation. This is a powerful stone to work with. I actually have some pyrite as part of this crystal right here, this gold, that's pyrite. They used to call it fool's gold because it mimics gold, but it's not actual gold. But when it comes to what it does for us on an energetic and spiritual level, it might as well be, right? Let's see. Where were we going with this? Pyrite's mental mastery, and we've talked a lot about that during this reading today. It's such that it allows the truth to be seen and recognized, not only in self, but in others and the world in general. The polished mind acts as an impenetrable shield for any darkness or negativity, and even assists with physically dangerous situations, occupations, and illness, making one feel secure and confident in their own light. Pyrite is thus the perfect remedy for the emotions and common conditions of life force, usually found at the solar plexus chakra, such as depression, anxiety, tiredness, lowered immunity, and vitality. Spiritually, pyrite is a powerful crystal to work with in any kind of channeling, healing, or self-communication work, usually bringing understanding to all that is experienced directly from the soul star. It is an ancient teacher of the universal truths and language of light, or sacred geometry, holding the secrets of the universe within itself for those that are ready. It is a sacred stone of ascended master Melchizedek. Helios and Vesta are solar logos, and Thoth of Egypt. Physically, pyrite is a powerful friend in manifestation work, and it is a stone of the throat and lung area. It will reduce fevers and balance the digestive system. It can also aid in DNA or RNA repair and to treat gout. So, all kinds of stuff, right? Hold on one second. So, Watchman, I don't believe so, no. It's Justin Moikaha Asar. It's the Liquid Crystal Oracle. There is such a thing as spiritual psychosis. You're talking about ending up with schizophrenia from practicing Hinduism and meditation. I've never heard of anybody experiencing schizophrenia from meditation. If somebody, I would imagine, and I'm not a doctor, but I would say if somebody had some type of mental illness and it just naturally engaged at some point, as sometimes they do, I wouldn't say meditation is the cause of it. I would never, that's the first time I've ever heard anything like that. There is such a thing though as spiritual psychosis. If you awaken too quickly, if your third eye opens too quickly, it can sometimes mimic schizophrenia or other types of psychosis. That's why you want to really be gradual and slow when you activate your psychic senses. If it happens too fast, you get opened up to too much. It can be overwhelming. It can experience, like we said, those psychosis type symptoms. You can also open yourself up to entities and different things like that are attracted to your light, that see that you're opening up and kind of like latch on. So you got to be really careful with that as well. I don't know. I've never heard of anyone teaching to split your mind, body, and soul. That right there sounds like an issue. The mind, body, and soul can't really be split. They're all interconnected. It's about unifying, not splitting. So anybody who's teaching that, I would say what happened was you encountered somebody who was negative polarized, or in perhaps had entity attachments of their own. You were learning from them and they were sort of like infecting you with that energy. Perhaps they were feeding off of your energy. Perhaps these entities were attaching into you as well through your resonance with this person. That is kind of like what that sounds like to me. Somebody who's teaching negatively polarized teaching. Well, if they're telling you to split your mind, body, and soul, I don't know what you mean by split, but that doesn't sound positive to me. And I would say if you're working with a spiritual teacher and you're going into psychosis and you're having these horribly negative experiences, there's something negative going on. Just because somebody's the most popular teacher doesn't mean that they're positively polarized. Honestly, a lot of very popular spiritual gurus and teachers have become infringed upon, particularly if they don't recognize that there are energies out there that are infringing. So I don't know about this particular person, but I would say you always want to be aware of who you're connecting with, and like really feel into like, are you truly like, is it what they're teaching truly resonating with you? Or does it feel off? And don't just believe what they're saying because they're well known or they're famous or whatever. Like really feel into that for you and trust your own gut. Or perhaps it could have been the way that you were working with these teachings. If you weren't working directly with this person and you weren't protecting yourself psychically, then something could have opened up. You could have opened yourself up to something. So there's always, you know, just like with anything, we want to learn shielding. We want to learn sovereignty. Whenever we're beginning to meditate, even when we're beginning to open our psychic senses, if we do not do that, and a lot of teachers, even the most famous spiritual ones, don't teach this because they don't believe in it. Okay, but just because we don't believe in something doesn't make it not real. You know what I mean? Like, to an extent, like we say, we create our own reality. But, you know, like if I turn a blind eye to some of the things that are going on in the world, that doesn't make them not going on anymore. All right. It might change whether they impact me personally, but it doesn't stop them from happening. You know what I mean? So spiritual teachers who don't believe in entities, who don't believe in shielding, who don't believe in stating their own sovereignty, creating sacred space, and are teaching from a place that is not within that sacred space and all of that, they're opening themselves up to infringements, or they're opening their students up to infringements. Even if they're not infringed upon themselves, if people are not learning how to responsibly take care of their energy, then you can end up in some pretty negative circumstances. So I'm sorry to hear that that happened to you. Meditating in your love light energy, in that space of sovereignty, anchored in that heart space, should, you know, ideally be ultimately a beneficial experience if you're properly protected. There should be a button for supers right on the screen somewhere by Insight. Yeah, I don't know. We'd have to do a personal session for me to really understand what was going on with you and what's going on now. And to really work through that. That's not something that we can do fully on the live stream. But if something feels off to you, then stop. You know what I mean? Absolutely. We're meant to learn our own discernment. We're meant to learn and work with our own discernment. Oh, happy birthday, Nick. Happy birthday. And yes, grounding with the grounding is so important right now. Absolutely. Yeah. So happy that your sun has made its return, experiencing that beautiful solar return today. That's going to be interesting too. So you've got two 29-degree planets in your chart. You've got Jupiter at 29 degrees of Gemini, conjunct Mercury, in that still within opposition range to the galactic center for your solar return chart. And you also have Venus in the final degree of Aries. And who is she conjunct right now? She is in the final degrees of Aries. She's loosely conjunct Chiron. She actually, oh, I'm on June 6th now. Let me get back to the 5th. There we go. Yeah, so she's loosely conjunct Chiron. So a lot of healing, a lot of emotional healing, a lot of healing around love, empowerment in love, connection, money. A lot of those themes coming through. You're going to have a lot of mental expansion with that Jupiter conjunct Mercury opposite the galactic center there. So really beautiful energies there for your solar return, Nick. All right. Anyways, now that we've gone into that little sort of diatribe there, we're going to come back to Pyrite here. Let's see. So it helps with purification, mastery, self-realization, healing of the mental and personal power levels of self. This beautiful energy surrounds you on this day and paves a fearless road of joy and happiness. The sun will rise in your heart, offering the reality that you have requested to change your life. So if anybody's been praying for help and assistance with changing their life, Pyrite wants to come in and assist you wearing it. 3:33 on my clock when I said that, and check the time. All right. So mind, body, spirit, right? We're talking about not splitting the mind, body, spirit, unifying that energy, that beautiful connection. So yeah, pyrite really wants to assist you. It wants you to wear it. It wants to be on your person on a daily basis is what I'm really feeling. As well as for anyone working with manifestation, and your wallet too is a great place to put it for manifestation. And absolutely meditating with it. Let's see. Stand in truthful focus and choose your path wisely. The voice of your soul has never been so present. Breathe it to your heart and take action. In Pyrite's embrace, the time is right to do whatever it is you have put off and hidden in the back of your mind. Play in the shadows of self and release them into the world with love, power, and wisdom. Listen not to the sounds of the world around you, for they are not yours. Hear the inner single sound that you truly are, and the peace, love, and oneness of the universe will be born from your confident spark. Remember, the only thing to fear in the universe is your own mind out of control. It creates your perception and eventually your entire world, your reality. Be free now. Choose life. And the affirmation is, I am the divine, I am. And then we have labradorite here. Labradorite is a powerful and magical stone, one of my favorite stones here. And we're not going to read it all, but I am going to just touch base here. There we go. And see. This is assisting with that empowerment of free will, change, creation, refining and bringing the mind into unity. Remember the very beginning of this reading, we talked about the split mind. We talked about the energy of the mind that is chaotic and trying to figure out solutions, trying to make decisions, but doing it like from that place of overthinking, and how we need to put that energy down. The labradorite will help calm that confused mind and bring it to a point of clarity. Labradorite is letting us know it's action time, so refine your focus, meditate, and be sure you feel what your heart and soul need in order to go forward toward life purpose. Prepare to create with love, free from fear, and under the guidance of spirit for the betterment of all. Labradorite also lets us know it's time to spiritualize our surroundings and understand the purposes behind all that is in our life, even physically. All creation holds purpose, so ready to know what it is. In your new embrace, there are no secrets, only truth. So I love this because this is like revealing to us, like we said, what is out of discordance with the 6/6 portal energy. If my physical reality is reflecting something back to me that I'm not enjoying, how can I go within myself to figure out where that disconnect is? How can I find the truth within my own heart? How can I be led from love instead of fear to a place of better harmony, to a place of more purposeful creation? All right. Oh, so this is really going to help labradorite here as well. Uniting and tapping us into our heart and soul. Essentially, our heart and souls are asking for us to come into alignment with them around this time, for us to receive the communications that they're bringing through, and for us to really internalize the lessons of the past so that we can create a more empowered, a more harmonious, and a more fulfilling future. All right, I love you all so much. Thank you for joining me today. This was a beautiful live stream. You're all incredible. I hope to talk to you all soon. I'll be seeing some of you over the next few days. It's going to be either Sunday or Monday in the wealth transfer Zoom call. So join the mailing list if you have not done so yet, so that you can receive the information on that. I'm going to be deciding tonight when that's going to be either Sunday or Monday. Or wait, no, Monday I can't do. Sunday or Tuesday. All right. So yeah, you don't want to miss that. All right. I love you all so much. I'll talk to you all soon.